No.
And did you ever get any money from Myalansky?
I never got money from any of those fellas.
None of those
None
fellas?
of those fellas. None of these that I've been reading about, or none that I knew. They never gave me anything.
None of the Pachettes?
No. I don't even speak to it. I mean, I met that Charlie once or twice. I don't even talk.
You don't like him?
No.
Night Court with Joe Lanou, live on X.
Also known as Duck Corella.
I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent to
You
criminate.
got any business?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to criminate.
You have any profession?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent
You have
to
any
criminate.
occupation?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent
Are
to
you a
criminate.
known racketeer?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent.
Good evening. Welcome to the Grand Jury, our Friday night video police use of force review show, one that I look forward to each week. I want to start the show out by saying something. I've been beat up on XDMs about people telling me that I do not self-promote my shows enough. I don't ask people to retweet during spaces or re-X, repost, whatever your term is, and that I don't do it on this show either. My co-host, Big Ron, is actually very good at it. So I'm going to start it off at the top of the show. Give us a retweet out there in X World. Like and subscribe on YouTube. And each and every you guys on X, each and every one of these guys that participate with me each week doing this, we're not professionals, but we do put a good time and quite a bit of effort into putting these together. So we hope you enjoy them, one, but to give these guys a little bit of love. But we got some good videos tonight. We've got a good panel tonight. What do we got here? We got Jason. He's a guy we can always count on Friday night. We got Jason on the law enforcement side. I'll be there as well. We've got Corey, Big Ron, Bruce Wayne, and Fidgy on the civilian side, and tactical engineer. And holding in on the legal end, guys, we've got Dr. Douglas Ahern himself. He's going to take us all on the legal mind side. But welcome, everyone. Hope everyone's had a wonderful week and has a good weekend ahead of them. We've got some interesting videos tonight. But anybody have anything they want to throw in on top of the beginning? Are we ready to get started on videos?
I think you covered everything tonight, Joe. You got our plug-in. We've got a good lineup of video, it looks like. We've got a good cast. So let's go ahead and kick off the first video.
Sounds good to me. Let's go to Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey, so you don't want to eat ladies. They're not.
Shots fired.
Convenient to have a security camera back into your yard to catch this, right?
It's almost commonplace today.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a big black space at night. So
Male, white, gray, off Harley. Gray and black shirt. Off. Here, Harley.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Drop it!
Drop it!
Here. Don't do that! Don't do it, sir! No! Don't do it! Don't do it. Here. Don't do it. Please give it up, sir. Come on. We can work with detectives, dude. We can work with detectives. Hey, stop walking towards us. Come on, back.
Put the gun down! Put the gun
Don't
down!
do it. Come on. We can work with detectives, dude. Don't have to be your charge, man. Whatever you got. If you don't, it's fine. Okay, put the...
Okay, I've got to pause this here. I hate it when cops start talking like, hey, there's something we can do and we're going to work this out. They know it's a damn lie.
Bro,
I
just,
cannot stand it.
come on now.
It's convinced no one to back down. It's this little line where we'll work with detectives and stuff has never worked.
Can I ask a question? I mean, look, you know, I know I'm on the wrong side of the world here, being the lone lawyer on this deal, but correct me if I'm wrong, but he had already fired upon them. Is that the way that the cut was? He had fired upon them before this clip that we're seeing right now, where now they're trying to talk him down?
I'm not 100% sure. We can go back and look at it. I know that...
I don't mean to interrupt. I'm just saying,
I think we're seeing
that's
different
ridiculous.
cameras.
We are seeing, and I just paused it here after listening to the negotiating with this gentleman to drop the firearm and come peacefully, basically. And she's saying, hey, we can work it out. And detectives, I'm just saying that line has never worked with anybody that you're talking to. They don't believe you're going to work it out, and you don't believe it either. It's ridiculous.
And that tree is zero level of concealment there. Come on.
But it's damn sure better than cover than you'd have in the bushes on the right. I'd be at the tree too.
I got you.
I was going to commend them on that. I would be at the tree as well. Let's finish the video.
Put the gun down, dude.
Put it down, dude. Put it down.
You haven't done anything too bad.
You'll be able to go home tonight.
Come on, stay where you're at, man.
Put the gun down.
Drop it.
It doesn't have to be like this.
Come on, man. No, we don't want to.
I don't want to do that. That's your only option then.
No.
I don't want to do that.
Dude, you're not in that much trouble. Drop it. No. It's just evading, dude. Come on.
Come on, man.
Drop it. Back up. He might start running us over. Come on.
1044, he's trying to back up in the vehicle. He has a gun. 10-4 still
Back
has
up
a
to your
gun.
unit. Back up to your unit. Come on. Get covered. Get covered. Harley, hold it up. Hold it up. Okay, he's turning around. Oh, go ahead. Come on.
544, he's trying to turn around and come back towards us.
You gotta hurry. He's about to back out.
Directly in front of the Joy James Executive Leadership. I'm going to go inside and after they go on a lockdown.
He's about to get out. He's coming out.
Forward 911, what's the address to the emergency?
I'm the guy having a standoff with the police.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
I'm having a standoff with the police.
Okay. Why are you having a standoff with the police?
It's a long story, but it's happening. And I'm trying to get a hold of my mom. She was in the house. I let her out so that she could go view the police.
Okay.
And now they won't let me call her. I want to talk to her because they're SWAT here to kill me. So I'd like to talk to my mother. They won't let her answer her phone.
Okay. Listen to me. I need you to stay on the phone with me, okay? Hang on 1 second. Don't go anywhere. All right? Okay. Stay calm. Just be with me, all right? I'm going to try to help you out, all right?
Stay calm. SWAT team to come in here. They're strapping on the front yard.
They're doing what?
The SWAT team is going to come in the house to kill me.
Okay, well, don't try to comply with what they're telling you to do.
No, I'm not doing that. That's the issue. I'm not going back to prison for the rest of my life. I'll fucking kill myself first.
You need to put the gun down so that we can resolve this peacefully, Nick. Just drop the weapon.
We need to take
Stop
him
right
back.
there, Nick. Do not keep moving forward. We need you to drop the gun. Stop. Do not move. Nick, drop the gun, Nick.
Front door.
Nick, come out over here, towards your left-hand side. Put your weapon down. We do not want to hurt you, Nick. Put your gun down. We do not want to hurt you, Nick. But we need you to put that gun down, buddy. Okay? We are not trying to hurt you.
Those pepper balls they're shooting at him?
We need you to put that weapon down.
I think both pepper ball and 40 millimeter.
You need to put the gun down so that we can resolve this peacefully, Nick.
He's saying not gonna happen.
Drop the weapon. Stop right there, Nick. Do not keep moving forward. We need you to drop the gun. Stop. Do not move. Nick, drop the gun, Nick.
Okay.
May not be a pepper ball. Could be a suppressed 5.7.
I think it says it here with the non-lethal use. I think 40 millimeter was some of it. So the gunfire we heard at the beginning, it says, according to the narrative, that that was the suspect that the shots fired we heard on the very first dash cam. That was a question that came up. The officers attempted to de-escalate. We heard how that went. It was wonderful. We couldn't get any better. And I think a lot of the times he was threatening himself with the gun, if that makes any sense. He was holding it to his head, so you don't really kill a guy to protect himself from himself. And at the end, and we'll go back and watch it. At the very end, he discharged the firearm. He took it from his head and leveled it at officers and discharged it a couple of times. And that's when they used lethal force and killed him. So, that being said, who am I picking on first tonight? I'm going to pick on Tactical first. What do you think about it, Tactical?
Yeah, I think this suicide by cop pretty clearly, so no bill.
Okay, no more than that.
I mean, I will say, I do think it's interesting, like, as you were saying before, like, they are telling him to comply, and he clearly was not in that headspace. He said, I don't want to go to jail for the rest of my life. I'd rather take myself out than do that, or have y'all take me out. So it seemed that was interesting. But in terms of billing or no billing, it's definitely a no bill.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know that there's anything you could have told this guy other than he really believed you. He wasn't going, but then that's his point. He wasn't evidently had been in prison. You could tell by the way he said the word police. He was saying police, and only 2 types of people pronounce the word that way. People who've been handled by the police and the police. But I don't think there's anything they could have said, and they were making me cringe with what they were saying. It's nobody believes that you're such a nice guy. We're gonna let this felony slide today.
Yeah, you just shot at me, but you're such a nice guy. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Well, I tell you, you put themselves in. Well, I mean, what do you say? What would you say? Could you come up with anything better in that situation? That's not a challenge. I'm just saying, you really don't know until you're in that situation, and sometimes it's good stuff you say. Sometimes maybe it sounds stupid, but no, Bill. You think the officers were well within their legal authority to exercise the force they used to apprehend and the force they used to defend themselves?
Yeah, I believe so. He was clearly a threat. He was definitely threatening the officers. Definitely suicidal. I think that was, and they showed a lot of restraint honestly, using non-lethal, which is, I wish, in some of the other videos we've watched that more non-lethal was used, but this video perfectly illustrates, like, it was used and then they had to escalate to lethal force when he started pointing the gun at them again. So that checks all the boxes for me. They did everything they could.
Yeah, folks, and this is in Lake Worth, Texas. I actually know a couple of different officers, maybe 3, that started their career there. There was a time where they had a real fast turnover rate. They didn't pay very much, but it was a good place to get your commission and build some experience. So there's a lot of officers coming from. But you work down there. It's a different class of folks. Yeah, you get your business down there for sure. But interesting. It's not very big. It's a very, very small part. But let's go to Corey Brooks. Corey Brooks, what do you think about this?
All right. No bill. First and foremost. Second of all, I found it funny when she said, "You're not in that much trouble." Oh, the fuck he is. Yes, he is. He just shot at y'all. What do you mean he's not in that much trouble? It's only free.
I don't think they were convincing. I don't think he thought for a minute, it's like, well, maybe that they might as well said nothing at that point.
Exactly. If anything, that makes the situation worse because he knows that you're lying. There's nothing you can promise him at that point.
My favorite part was just like, we'll work with the detectives. I'll be your witness.
Exactly. What do you mean you're gonna work with the detectives? I don't think the detectives can help right now.
She ain't lying. She 100% will be working with the detectives, prosecuting your case. No problem.
Exactly. So yeah, no bill for me. That will forever be etched in my head that she said that you're not in that much trouble.
We can work with the detectives.
We can work with the detectives. What? Okay.
All right, so no bill for you. Bruce Wayne, what do you think?
I mean, it's a no bill on their use of force and all that, but I think their tactics leave a lot to be desired. I couldn't believe that they let him get back in his car and drive off again, because he obviously is a danger to himself, to people around him, and so letting him just
He's holding a gun to his head. I mean, what do? You're going to shoot him when he gets back into the truck? I mean, are you faulting them because they didn't use deadly force at this point where we see on the video?
Did they not have non-lethal they could have deployed? It seemed like they were just like, we'll follow him till nighttime, and that's what they did. It seems like, I don't know. It's a no bill on the force, but I think their tactics leave a lot to be desired.
Okay. Big Ron, you have an assessment. Let's hear it.
I do. So, mark this on your calendar. I'm going to agree with FT on this one. I think it was suicide by cop. He even said so over the phone. He's not going back to jail. So, definitely no bill on that one. And to kind of address what my brother Bruce is saying there, they were using pepper balls and 40 mic, so they were trying to use less lethal. But once he leveled that barrel, all bets are off at that point.
They did once the sunset, but right here in the yard, they were just sitting there trying to like play out a script from a bad police show.
All right, well, check it out, man. Look, them shadows are pretty long. I think it's late in the evening, so don't act like this was an all-day affair.
No, but it's probably a good half hour to an hour.
Yeah, it does. A guy with a gun, yeah, that can drain some resources. But hey, let's listen to the negotiating is classic. I love this.
Don't do it, sir! No! Don't do it! Don't do it. Here. Don't do it. Please give it up, sir.
Please.
Come on. We can work with detectives, dude.
We can talk this out over a cup of coffee.
We can work with detectives, dude.
We can work with detectives. Hey, stop walking towards us. Come on, back.
Put the gun down. Put the gun
Don't
down.
do it. Come on. We can work with detectives,
walking
dude.
Towards them,
It
seems like
don't
they're
have to be your charge, man. Whatever you got.
This doesn't have to be your
It's
charge.
fine. Okay, put the gun down, dude. You haven't done anything
Who else is
too
going to be
bad.
charged?
And you haven't done anything too bad. They're not convincing this guy at all. He knows exactly what time it is.
You haven't done anything too bad. That's forever etched in my memory.
Now, the best one is we can work with detectives, dude. Yeah, you 100% are. They're going to take statements from you. You're going to even testify in his trial if he survives this ordeal. But 100%, he's going to the graveyard or the jailhouse.
Joe, you're laughing at them, but if they'd offered to talk it out over a cup of coffee, I think he may have taken them up on it.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Let's go Fidgy. What do you think, Fidgy?
Well, I have a couple of thoughts. One, I feel so bad for the mom. Can you imagine if she ever saw this video and knew if he didn't talk to her and she knew he wanted to talk to her before he was going to die? That's just really heartbreaking.
Well, we don't
The
know.
other
We don't know
thing,
that there wasn't. We don't know if there wasn't a call in negotiating. It looks like they were.
yeah,
They were
that's why
running
I said
textbook
if,
there. So,
yeah, if
so that's what you hung
the
up on. Maybe the guy didn't get the chance to talk to his mom before he got blasted by the police.
um the other thing is, weren't they firing quite a bit of shots when he was in front of the house? I mean, this is SWAT, right?
Yeah, they were shooting non-lethal at him. And the truth be known, this guy knew what he was doing. He came outside because they wasn't coming inside fast enough. He came outside, and when they started hitting him with non-lethal, that stuff hurts. So he knows at that point what he's got to do: point the gun towards all of these police, and they're going to gun him down. And that's what happened.
Did they
But
hit him?
once
It
you were
didn't look
hearing the
like they
pop,
hit him with anything.
yeah, no, well, let's go back and take a look at that.
Cause he didn't twitch or move or nothing.
Well,
So
let's see if that's what happened. Let's get some sound here.
Put your weapon down. We do not want to hurt you, Dick. Put your gun down.
maybe right there.
We do
I'm
not
sure.
want to hurt you, Dick. But we need you to put that gun down, buddy. Okay? We are not trying to
He's
hurt
going to make a
you. We're
movement to
trying to
the
resolve
right.
this
Pay
peacefully.
attention now.
We need you to put that weapon down. You need to put the gun down so we can resolve this peacefully, Dick.
He's saying not gonna happen.
Drop the weapon. Stop right there, Dick. Do not keep moving forward. We need you to drop the gun. Stop. Do not move.
There's your 40 millimeter. And he leveled
Drop
it.
the gun, Dick.
But no, there was definitely an effect of the non-lethal, and this guy come outside, in my opinion,
Put the gun down.
die, and he didn't want to stand out there and be peppered in physical pain. I mean, if you're gonna go, let's just check out now. I think so. No bill though. Yeah,
No bill. They were fine for me.
Dr. Ahern, did you see the family in federal court for a payday on this one?
Absolutely. I would see the family of anybody that is supposedly protected by this negligent police department for hiring, training, and supervision of two incompetent police officers that did not drop that guy the moment that he had already shot at them. That's attempted capital murder of a police officer. And I'm sorry, but the fact that he was able to get back in his truck and you're still talking to him, I mean, anybody that's ever been in any kind of a firefight, okay, let's say he's standing there in front of you with a gun to his head. He's already fired 5 shots at you, assumingly, okay. It's that at that point, it's not even, an arm movement where he's now going to point the firearm at you, okay. It's a flick of the wrist. It's a flick of the wrist. Everybody within, a 300-yard radius of him is in immediate danger. And the fact that you did not act to drop him, put a point on his forehead and drop him, is 100% negligence on that police department. Sorry.
I can
Sorry, not
see your
sorry.
point. I can see your point.
Do I sound like a defense counsel? I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you, he should have never gotten back in that vehicle because he was endangering, I mean, literally 1,000 people on the chase to begin with. I mean, we're not even going to talk about the vehicular assault, but then he gets back in the truck. Everything else that he was
Yeah,
doing.
but let me ask you this though. What happens when because he's walking with the gun to his head as he walks back to the truck? What happens when the police shoot him? And yeah, well, the gun was to his head, but we didn't want him to get back in the truck. I mean, you can make the argument for it, but that's still that'd be an
Because
uncomfortable
Joe, that
position
look,
to be in to try to debate that, right?
the pendulum has swung so far now to a point that you as a law enforcement, you almost need to be able to recognize, the grain size of the bullet as it's flying to you before you can act. Okay, that we've kind of lost sight of the fact that you have a greater responsibility when you take the job. You know the risks, you know the consequences. Okay, that if you yourself get shot, but your overall obligation is to the public. How many people did that guy endanger from the minute that he took off to the minute that he actually got dropped, right? That the police did not act. And I think that they need the liability for that. Let's what if all of a sudden they're chasing him? All the high speed chases that and the regulations and the internal policies restricting high speed chases, right? At some point or the other, you know what? It's not even suicide by cop, because it's suicide by cop, and you are endangering an entire community. You know what? Drop him, and let's figure it out.
Well, let me ask you this though, and you do sound like a defense attorney. Um, how much of that calculation that you just laid out there do you think them officers was going through their heads when they were behind the tree trying to figure out what to do with this guy? And you've got the other thing once again, and as well as an attorney, it's not good. It's not a good visual when you say I shot this guy while he held the gun to his own head. Because then, did you shoot him because he was going to kill himself, or did you? Then now you've got to try to articulate that all this stuff that happened that wouldn't have happened if you did that was going to happen. So I don't necessarily blame the officers on this. I kind of blame the heat that officers are kind of getting. I guess you call it from a political or media push. They're always the bad guys. It doesn't matter. So I don't blame them for not shooting. Is I guess my whole point. I get what you're
Well,
saying. That yes, he ultimately come out to be a greater risk, but they had no way of knowing what that risk was going to be at that point.
Well, look, you'll notice that I when I stated what I stated, I prefaced it's going to be an indictment of the police department for negligent, hiring, training, and supervision. Okay, that I'm not blaming the two officers that were there. I'm blaming their training. That the minute that they got out of that vehicle, the minute that they should have sought a more tactical stance, in behind a vehicle if that's all they have, and drop that guy, that's on their training. That's on the training and the way that they were raised and their as officers, and that policy. Because in that particular situation, look, it's not about him getting out of the truck and putting a gun to his head. He has already, fired shots, and you have to assume it's shots at you. Okay, let's say it's not even shots at you. Let's say it's shots at Farmer Doug that is standing as a neighbor, right? Okay, well, now you have to protect the life of the public. Whatever he's doing, he's firing shots. You should have dropped him right there, and you would have been justified in doing so without even, all the verbiage and so on and so forth.
Well, the police don't have any obligation to protect people, constitutionally speaking.
Well, no, it's not constitutionally speaking. However, it is a justified shooting if he is endangering the lives of the public, and you as a police officer shoot him and kill him to save the life of that other individual, even though there's no obligation to do so. You're not gonna. That's not gonna be that's not gonna end up getting any kind of a criminal indictment. Now, could you get sued civilly? Sure, but you could sue anybody for anything civilly.
Well, and a lot of departments have policies for cowardness that it's not looked upon in a kind light within law enforcement. So I think maybe there is a duty to protect the public, but I do agree with what Tactical Engineer is saying. There's no constitutional obligation of the government to protect the citizens from crime. But let's go to Jason and get on to the next video. What do you think, Jace?
This video pissed me off. Law enforcement has gone completely backwards. There's no bill here. This is just complete fear and call a counselor and bullshit that law enforcement has become to today. They had more than enough to shoot him after they fired at them. This should have been over a long time ago. And I agree with you, Joe. After shot at, the last thing I'm doing is negotiating with somebody. It's game on. And I actually said in my head when he got back in his truck, they're going to back the squad up. My brain was ram that son of a bitch right now. This is done right now. There's no, they didn't do anything wrong criminally, but they're not ever going to be a police officer again. They're just not cut out for it. This is not how cops should respond to this.
Fear is what I've got. Now they maintain their cool. They got cover. I'll give them some credit on the cover, but quite frankly, if there's a guy in this position that's got a gun to his head, I think I would have pushed to his truck. My next cover position would have been to his truck, and put myself between him and getting back into that vehicle and this thing getting on the road again. But once again, I can't fault them. If this guy's got a gun to his head, I don't know that I would shoot a guy that's holding a gun to his head, but I think I would make sure that this did get back on the road. And by taking a position at the truck, I think you're in a better position. The sad thing is that they kind of went mother on him. Everything's going to be okay. You're okay, sweetie. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But they went completely out of law enforcement mode, in my opinion. They went to let's talk it down as a mother or a woman is what was coming through, and not police.
Joe, we talked about this before. It's the action reaction thing. If somebody's has a gun to their head, it's like Doug was saying, it's a flick of the wrist. If they would have shot right there, they're justified.
Oh, look, brother, I get it. I'm not even talking about this. I'm saying me personally.
I'm not arguing. I'm just
saying me personally. I don't know. I might be like, I'm going to be on point, but I mean, let's see how this flows out. You know, I don't really want to sit and say, yeah, well, the gun was pointed to his head when I shot, because I know what's going on. We can all say the flick of the wrist, but now I got to get out there and try to really prove it. When it's much easier, the gun's not pointed at his own head.
This whole
and too,
thing,
I don't want to kill anybody. You know what I mean?
No, I don't either. But this whole thing should have been done right here.
Hey,
before that, it should have been done.
She's got a dog.
Should have never left that yard.
No, and I would have the minute he got, he's not getting that truck. That truck came up when I saw that squad car back up. Wrong way. Get aggressive. Go after this guy. You have every reason to take him out. You have deadly force. Take him out now. He's not getting back on that road.
But he did. No, I agree. And I'm not even going to beat the officers up too much, but fear is what took over here, and law enforcement didn't. They did good force protection tactics. They found cover for themselves, but they didn't do any. There was no offensive tactics in there.
Take cover out of it. That they were. Get aggressive. You just got shot at. It's game on. That's where I would never work with these two ever.
But that's what I said. They went into mother mode when he put the gun to his head. They were not in police mode once that gun went to his own head.
I agree. That's why I would never work with them. It's not time for mommy. You just had a bullet thrown at your face. It's not time for mommy.
And I love the tree as a cover. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, they were not silhouetted up correctly. They, were in a counseling mode, and I mean, Big Ron and I are 100% on this, no.
And I think that you can't overlook the fact that she had a dog.
Well,
the dog would have been shot. I wouldn't have sent the dog in. That's not time for a dog.
Well, I might have sent the dog. I'd at least let that dog do some barking. But let's go on to the next video. How about let's check out Connecticut.
Police with a search warrant! Police with a search warrant! Come to the door! Police with a search warrant! Come to the door! Police! Come out! Police department! Come to the door! Okay, hey! Come out! Here you go. Put the sign here.
My baby.
All right, come.
Who else is here?
Get her.
No, come on out.
Come out.
I saw you tucked in the room. Get out.
Come out. Come out. Okay, you're okay. Show me your head. Show me your foot. There's a problem. Fuck. Here, shield up. Here.
Chelto, he's to the right.
He's to the, yeah, to the left.
Right.
So Marty, is it this door?
No, to the left.
Right here. It's a quick button. Look, it's right around here. It's right around this wall.
Okay.
It's right around this wall.
Room over to the right. We got blood on the floor to the right. Target shot from the right side of the.
Marty, are you in the bathroom?
I'm in the front. At the front door, right here.
You're there, right?
This wall we're talking about. Just know that.
See him, Joe?
Is it right there? That's the room right there, yeah. Marty, get out of here when you can.
Oh!
Get out! Get the fuck out there! Get him out! Get him out!
Get me out! Get him out!
Police with a search warrant! Police with a search warrant! Open the door! Police with a search warrant! Open the door! Police!
Come out.
Police department!
Come out. Come out.
Go ahead, brother. I got you.
I'm out. I saw you tucked in the room. Get out here.
Come out!
Get out here. Get out here.
My baby.
Get out here. Go.
My baby.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Come here! Come here!
Drop your gun.
Come here! Get out!
Drop your gun.
Hold on, back up.
Fuck. Rapper. Rapper. Rapper, where?
Station ambulance.
You go. In here. Rapper. Keep talking.
Police with a search warrant! Police with a search warrant, come to the door!
Come to the door.
Police with a search warrant, come to the door! Police!
Come out.
Police department! Come to the door! Okay, hey!
Come out.
Hey.
Come out.
Come out!
Come out. Come out.
Here,
Get
here you go. Put the sign here.
My baby.
All right,
Who
come
else is there?
Aaron,
No,
come on out.
Come out.
Hands
Come
up.
out. I saw you tucked in the room. Get out here.
Come out!
Get out here.
Come
Get
out!
out here.
My baby.
Okay, you're
Get out here.
okay.
Go.
My baby.
Show me your head. Show me your head. Show me your head.
Get
It's okay. You're okay? This is my granddaughter. Stay here. Aaron. Rob, was that you?
Rob's out.
Was that blue shoe in? No, to the left.
Right here.
It's the front room.
It's right around here. It's right around this wall.
Yeah.
It's right around this wall.
Room opens to the right. We got blood on the floor to the right. Target shot from the right side of the room.
Marty, are you in the bathroom?
I'm in the front, at the front door, right here.
You're right there.
That's the room right there. Yep.
Marty, get out of here when you can.
Oh!
So this was actual search warrant. They had a warrant to be there to search the premises, and even could be arrest associated with that warrant. 5:30 a.m. It wasn't a federal warrant. If it was, it would have been served exactly at 6 a.m. with somebody that is videotaping someone's watch to prove it. All right. Does anybody have any basic questions on things we want to run back and look at before we discuss it?
After I finish reading this, I'd like to go back to that first camera view where you see the guy at the door.
Which guy are you looking for at the door?
The suspect, whoever.
Deceased person.
Yeah, the villain.
I think deceased is sufficient.
Good old DRT.
Okay, so you want to see the first camera view of the shoot.
Right. Just to go back even, yeah.
Every one of them fools had a camera on. It's good.
And going through the front door.
Police! Come out! Police! Police department! Come to the door. Okay. Hey, hey, come out.
Come out. Come out.
Here you go. Here you go. Put the sign here. My baby. All right, come.
Who else is here?
No, I don't think this one. I think where the guy was at the door.
Come out. Come out. Okay, you're okay.
Oh, okay.
Show me your head. Show me your foot. There's a problem. Fuck.
Is this one you're looking for?
Yeah. I'm not going to build that, but that didn't seem like the safest way to go about that. The safest way, the best way to go about that. Well, I mean, he's coming up pretty close, and he can't see that guy's hands.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of problems with that. He doesn't know who else is in the room. He doesn't know what's going on. So yes, he's going to encounter it. That's the tactic.
That seemed kind of silly of him to approach him like that. That seemed pretty dangerous. He put his own life.
You need to get control of this house when you're doing a search warrant. You do it.
Yeah,
quick,
as far as them killing the guy, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, let's go to tactical engineer.
Yeah, I'd say no, Bill.
Okay. Corey Brooks, what do you think?
I say no bill, but I will be pretty pissed too if the police came knocking at my door and I'm in the middle of a wrestling session with the young lady. Yeah, I don't understand that tactic of him walking up. I don't know if he was just too trusting that the fact that he didn't have a gun because he was butt naked. But as you can see, he was armed. He wound up shooting an officer in the leg. Well, I'm pretty sure she would surely miss him, but I don't. So no bill.
Very well. Bruce Wayne. Your input, sir.
Seems like another very similar to the other video where it's a case of no bill, but their procedure could have been a lot better. But let Dr. Douglas get into that.
Also, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it does bring up the question, right? I heard officers actually state that no-knock warrants will be safer for them. That way they can catch them by the element of surprise. Would that be a factor here? I'm just asking the panel.
No-knock warrants aren't, that's an additional, essentially, paragraph or affidavit that you have to write and sign to get, and they're not for every search. They could have forced the door on this after a couple of raps on it. Police open the door, police open the door, police open the door, hit the door and go in. So no, I don't think that a no-knock would have made this any different, to be quite frank with you.
Understood.
I mean, the guy obviously was, the element of surprise was obviously on the police's side. The guy had no clothes on. So
it was in the middle of wrestling, so.
Well, I think the no-knock probably was what you would try to achieve with the no-knock was achieved with this anyway. So that's a no bill from Bruce Wayne. Fidgy's a no bill with some issues, I guess. And then we got Big Ron. What do you think?
I'm going to go with a no bill. There's been some chatter on the back channels. This is definitely a cluster on the tactical side. There's definitely some stuff I would have done differently coming into this house. So I'm not going to steal Dr. Doug's thunder. So definitely no bill for me.
Jason, what do you think?
I'm gonna disagree with you on the no bill or the no knock thing. This is I didn't read the paragraph and I just watched a little bit, but this I saw bunkers. I saw they came in there expecting a weapon. I think the problem with a knock, and it's at what 5:45 in the morning up here. Most warrants serve between, I think it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. require a no knock and after hours search warrant. So if you're getting an after-hours search warrant for the element of surprise, and again, I think this, to me, appears like a narcotic search warrant. They must have had other information to bring all this other heat in and to do this search warrant at that hour of the day. If they did not sit there, knock and announce and go in, I think they lost the element of surprise by the knocking. And tactically, I would have gone for a no-knock, and I would have hit that house hard. And everybody you come across is taken into custody immediately, and the team moves through the house kind of tactically. Somebody comes at you, cuff, flex cuff, next one, flex cuff. But the fact that they stood at that door and they knocked and announced, knocked and announced, knocked and announced, they lost the element of surprise, and they put the ambush back into the people in that house. So there's no bill here. I just think tactically this was completely fucked up. Obviously they came in my opinion, completely unprepared. I'd like to know the information they had before they went there. Why was it 5:30 in the morning? That tells me that they had information on weapons. Well, then let's treat it that way.
All right, let's
Go
watch
and hit
this.
it.
Let's watch this right here. The entry. I say the entry wasn't. I'm not killing them so bad on their tactics. It wasn't really dynamic, but there were some guys that were doing some right things here. But let's watch right in the beginning when Mama comes out and she didn't have any clothes on. It'll get to it in a second. I thought I was closer. Let's see.
I'm talking about the knock. They alerted, and they didn't have to. And the hour of day on this is important.
They didn't have a no-knock warrant, I'm sure.
They should have asked for one, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to assume they didn't have a no-knock warrant, and that's the reason they were knocking and announcing. But I'm saying even on their entry on knock and announce, there's been plenty of knock and announce I've done that the Ram opened that door. I mean, we breached it and went in dynamic. And these guys kind of start doing that until they run into Mama here. Watch a big guy who just stops. Now he stopped. Now everyone's just standing in the living room. Now it's not a dynamic entry. It's just dudes in your living room at this point. And of course, the gunfire comes out and on all this. But there's still some guys that did the right thing, I think, Jason. The guy on the stairs, I thought, at least he had some tactics about him. Let's see if I can get to that. Once the gun goes off, he goes up and continues to clear the stairs above him. He doesn't focus on what's happening at the downstairs. I thought I could find it pretty okay right here. So he still had at least the tactical sense to go up and continue to clear the structure. You don't right now. No one knows what's going on. I mean, there could be 6 guys in there ready to have a big shootout with the police. But yeah, I think the injury wasn't horrible. I actually don't fault the guy who made contact with the naked man in the room. I probably would have wanted to push that door open and see what's going on as well. Do I have a guy that just doesn't know what's going on? And, of course, you're kicking in his door at 5 in the morning. Or is it somebody that means me harm? And I think at that point he didn't know. So I don't fault him on that. And I would have pushed forward, I believe, as well, at least to take a hand and push that door back.
Right. Real quick, what I'm saying is that if you take the knock and announce out of this and they boot that door at that time of the day, you still maintain the element of surprise, and that female doesn't want. I mean, it's kind of like the series of events that happens. The door is just booted. You come in, you still own that element of surprise. The fact they knock so long, they lost that element of surprise, and that's where I would like to know what the briefing was before this and what information they had going to that house to actually really comment. But if there's a history of weapons and violence in that house.
Well, Matt, now you're doing like everyone else. We don't know that it didn't.
No, I'm saying that, but the fact
this is hey, hold up. This was a DEA task force guy.
So it was dope.
Oh Lord.
Well, it's also you're not going to get a federal no knock warrant.
We got no knocks all the time on dope. If there was a history of violence and weapons.
Yeah. Well, if there's a history, but where there's not, you're assuming that there is because the guy was crazy this time. You're assuming that it was, and it should have been a no knock. In my experience, no knocks were more rare. That wasn't the standard warrant.
No, I'm assuming that there was people there with body bunkers. I'm assuming that they went into that place with. We never
No,
brought body bunkers into a warrant unless
we
we had
take
weapons.
shields sometimes, but we had it. We take it. You never know.
Yeah,
But either way,
anyway, no bill.
no bill on that one. And I think I've already given my consultation and how I feel about it there. So let's go to man. I got a couple here that I just don't want to throw out there early. What time is it?
You skipped Dr. Doug.
Oh, you know what I did? I skipped Dr. here. My apologies, doctor. But yeah, let's go back to that. What do you think about?
No bill on the cops. I'd like to see an ops plan, especially if it is a hided deal. Because that's going to tell me exactly what's going on. But I'm just going to read a quote from my friend Jason here that pretty much tells you all you need to know. It says, "Are all the videos tonight on how not to police?" Yeah, that pretty much sums up that video.
Well, we hadn't gotten to all the videos yet. In all fairness, we hadn't gotten to all the videos before you guys cast your verdict.
Well, and oh, sorry, didn't mean to jump on you, Joe.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask Dr. Doug. He was scrolling through these. He says, "Does anyone do warrant entry CQB training anymore? What would that look like in an ideal situation? How should they have done that different?"
You're gonna get you're doing a 5:30 in the morning entry, and Ron's got an excellent point. If you're going to be doing that, that's probably only going to be because you have some kind of an idea of some type of weapons that are going to be in there. You have the element of surprise. You may not have enough for a no knock, so you are not going to line up in behind they're knocking on the door, silhouetting themselves behind the door. That's just number one. Okay, you're going to have people front, back. You're already going to have, enough of a recon on the property to understand how many people are in there, what it's going to take to be able to control it. You're going to have, all it's literally the basics of the pre-operational plan is going to be critical. And then immediately, the first person you're countered, she's going to be face down. She's going to be cuffed. I don't care if she's naked. Throw a blanket on her if it makes you feel happy. Once shots are fired at that point, no one member is going to leave the other members. Okay, that is absolutely critical. People are not going to just flitter off and go upstairs. Everybody else is going to be downstairs. You're going to have to do an urban assault room to room, or I think that the narrative said that they actually had an SRT. Okay, if these guys are not equipped to be able to handle where they are right now, that's fine. There's nothing that says you can't extract back out. Okay, if you're not tactically sound to be able to do that, extract back out. But if not, you know what? It's gonna have to be a little bit larger because you're gonna have to cover room to room as you go through. Downstairs first, everything secured. I mean, there could be IEDs in there, man. There could be booby traps, secondary explosive devices. If it's a drug case, who knows what all is in there? Look, there's children's, bicycles and stuff, man. That's just I think it was best described as a cluster, just an
Yeah,
absolute cluster.
Can I ask
appreciate you explaining that. Just because, yeah, seeing all those people run left and right all around that
Totally uncontrolled.
Yeah.
Joe, were you in law enforcement when the breach and hold SWAT tactic came about by chance?
Yes, but not one that we employed very often.
Yeah,
But quite
and
honestly, I've run a ton of these warrants that you're talking about. I've done them at 6 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't mean a whole lot, especially federal warrants. There was a time there under the Bush administration, it could have been early Obama, that you literally had to take you had to hit it at 6 a.m. That was like a standard. But either way, even a knock and announce, we're going to stack up, and once that door comes open, we're going to go dynamic. Even if someone comes and answers the door, we're going to push through at that point. We're going to go dynamic, and you're going to push to the furthest point in there in teams of two. For every person that you come in contact with, one of them is going to put that person down, and that you're stuck. You're going to lose a guy, then the next guy bounces up, and so you're still running with teams of two until you either run out of people or you run out of rooms. but you're going to get it secured, and then everyone who's made contact with someone as they've gone along that needs to be some custody taken into. Once they encounter them, they stay with them. They're going to put them down. They're going to put handcuffs on, and the next guy's going to bump up. But you want to have what you're looking to do is you're trying to get control of that house very quickly, where you've got and we talk about the guy flittering up the stairs. I say the guy going up the stairs was actually doing one of the few things that should have been done. Because what if this was a 10 guys in that building? You just found the first one on the ground floor. The other 9 are upstairs while you're all looking at where the gunshots came from. You're getting shot in the back. So I
Yeah,
think
no,
tactically that guy was doing the
my
right
only
thing.
question. I'm sorry. My only question was he seemed to be alone at that point when he was going upstairs. I don't know if that. I mean, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he's
Now
got some people on his
he
back.
really is because he's cut off. There's gunfire between him and the rest of his team, but he still goes up and he's got to. What's the alternative? I don't have somebody with me, so I don't go up and check this whole second floor of the house. Of course.
Well, I mean, we could quibble on that one, but I'm going to say no. You're not going to go up there, not yet. Not until you have that bottom floor is secured. You know that nobody's going to come up in behind you, and then if you're going to go up, you can cover it. You can
got two
cover the
choices.
ingress and egress,
You got
but
two
you're not going to
choices,
go
but
up.
you've only got two. You go up and clear it, or you stand on the ground and clear it, but you cannot ignore it.
Yeah,
And I'm just
no, I
you got
hear
to
you.
get me.
I hear you. You're not wrong. You're not
But
wrong.
I think that's what you're asking, Bruce Wayne. What would, in our opinion, of course, is that's all. What I just told you is my opinion, and maybe Texas basic SWAT training as well. But that's basically what once you go breach that door, you're going all the way in. You're taking control of every room, and then you do a secondary clearing once you have that the first initial the building secured, and then you do secondaries into rooms.
Yeah, I appreciate that because these videos, like Jason said, seem to be how not to police. So it's good to then hear how it's been done.
They do it better in California. So let's see how it's done in Los Angeles. Oh hell no! Remove that. We're going back to this one.
This Ring doorbell on the ground.
Looks like an AK.
You mean to tell me that guy has an AK? Isn't that illegal in California? He's not supposed to have that.
I don't think he can read the gun laws.
I'm just really curious what camera this is.
That's Tesla.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're looking at the
Oh,
side
that is.
cameras of a
That's a
Tesla.
fender. That's right. That's the front fender there, isn't it?
Yeah, I was about to say that's definitely a Tesla.
Man,
Casey said it was an ankle cam.
You bring an AK to a robbery and then get your ass beat.
Hey, get off him! Let me get it back on. What you think you're grabbing? Hey, get off of him! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! He has a gun! Get off of him! He has an AK! He has an AK! Get off of him! Officers need help! Officer, what are you doing? Hey! Rifle! Shot fired! Shot fired! Shot fired! Where's you with the rifle?
I'm glad he was able to use that radio to defend himself.
Hey, get off him! Let me get it back on. What you think you're grabbing? Hey, get off of him! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! He has a gun! Get off of him! He has an AK! He has an AK! Get off of him! Officers need help! Officer, what are you doing? Hey! Rifle! Shot fired! Shot fired! Shot fired! Where's you with the rifle? What the? Hey, get down! Get down! Be shot! Hey! Be shot! Officer needs help! What's the team down? Forward team with the rifle! Hey, shot! He has the rifle! Drop the rifle! Get over here!
13 is around from Wilshire. All units, air.
Be shot!
All units, officer needs help. 114th and Graham. Officer needs help. 114th and Graham.
Drop the rifle! Drop the rifle! Officer needs help! Motherfucker! Hey! Drop the rifle. Let me get on it. Hey, hit rifle. Drop the fucking rifle, motherfucker.
18x4, Roger on the RA. Science officer needs help with choosing Grand officer needs help with 14th Grand shots fired.
Right there. Hey, let's watch it. Hey, let's watch it. Go ahead. Hey, you know, just spawn. Eastbound. Western King from Graham. Is it a male? Black? Hey, get over here.
Units respond eastbound 115
Hey, hey, get away.
Ground or Graham, like a second?
It's gonna be Graham. 113 and Graham. It's gonna be a. Hey.
113 Graham. 4. It's gonna be 114 Graham. Now, units respond eastbound 114 only. Repeat.
That cop doesn't need a radio. They just need to give him a cell phone so he can call 911 when he needs to go to the police to come save him.
Hey, let's move up on it. Hey, you have a shield? You got a shield?
Hey, ahí déjenlo, hágase para allá.
I think this is his first incident.
Hey, partner, get the shield. Let's move up on him and take him into custody, all right?
All right. All right, whenever you're ready.
Hold on, let's get the shield. Let's get the shield.
That's what happens when you put tampons in the boys'
You got a shield? All right, on you, all right? We'll move up. Hey, we're going to move up, right?
All right, well.
Hey, we're move on this side, yeah.
Going up. Don't move. Hey, hey, we're gonna get you on it. Come on. All right.
Hey, turn around, man. Turn around. My legs broke. Can't move. Turn around. My legs broke. Other way. My legs broke.
18x4 off to the counter. Open for alright.
Hey, they need right over there. They need right over there. Hey, rifle right there. Rifle right there.
Okay, I got it.
Hey, can't move.
All right, let's go. Three, half a we have suspect in custody, so we do not need a perimeter right now.
Is there another article? Have to see another article. Turn him over on the side. Are you sure?
On 114, we're going to push
Where you
this.
shot?
Everybody come in on 114 for profit.
What leg are you shot at?
Disregard, have someone from monitor. We'll go west now. Westbound 114 from monitor for the RA. Airship. If you can start just directing units. Let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and lock this down. Let's go one block west of Graham. And let's go start setting up, let's lock this down.
Hey, there's too many people talking on the
Respond, 18 George 20, show me close, show me commander. Officers that are showing up, respond, just east of the system. We're going to try to set up a quick skirmish line. You got a little group that's forming? I want to push him back.
Yes, he's good.
I want to push him back.
Hey, we're gonna put a tourniquet on you, okay? Hey, you can let go real quick. Let go.
These cops would have made great nurses.
Let go, we're gonna put you on this.
Respond westbound on 114th Street from monitor.
High as you can go. There you go. All the way, like cinch it down all the way. Tight, yeah.
Is it on his arm?
Yes.
Right here.
Keep it tight. Water. I got it. It's fine. The ambulance is already almost here. Twist the tourniquet. Oh, you're fine. Just stay like that.
Keep twisting. Keep twisting it. Keep twisting it. Good. Now clench. Cup it in there, okay? Grab it in there. Good job.
Any questions, places we want to go back and watch some video on this one?
Yeah, did the officer like shoot somebody else outside of the person who had the AK? I couldn't really tell. It seemed like
yes, one of the
You shot the guy in the blue. The guy was getting robbed.
The guy in the blue was shot by the police.
Yeah, okay. Can you go back to that? And I just want to see that again because it was definitely very chaotic.
So you want to go back to, you want to do it with the sound, right? Because it's hard to tell where the shots are without the sound.
Yeah.
Get off of him!
No, hang on. He's just there. Okay.
Let me get it back up. What you think, Graham? Hey, get off of him! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! He has a gun! Get off of him! He has an AK! He has an AK! Get off of him! Officer, need help! Officer, what up? Rifle! Shot fired! Shot fired! Shot fired! Rifle!
You can see the point where the guy in the blue gets shot as he's getting up. The officer, the far officer from us, I believe, is the one that's going to make contact with his arm, shooting at the suspect. Kind of waving.
Rifle! Shot fired!
And look at his arm after that.
Shot fired! Shot fired!
Yeah.
It almost feels like that was a negligent discharge on the cop's part.
It did look like he almost surprised himself.
Yeah.
Shouldn't he have gone up and maintained control of the guy as they were getting off?
Well, I think the officer to the left started strafing to the right, and the other officer shouldn't have even fired at that point because he could have, like, that was so close. Like, there was like 3 or 4 people that was in his line of fire.
There's 3 or 4 people in his line of fire. What video are you watching?
Not like directly in his line of fire, but so the officer that we see like to the left, he's strafing back, and then they the 2 people over there were moving back. Like everybody was kind of moving towards the right when he was shooting. So like
Okay. I'm asking, what does that mean for you?
I was just making an observation.
So what are you feeling on this one?
Honestly, I think the officer that opened fire, I might have to bill just because he shot somebody else, and I think that was a little bit like careless.
Let's watch it right here.
Hey, get off of him! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! He has a gun! Get off of him! He has an AK! He has an AK! Get off of him! Officer, need help! Officer, what up? Rifle! Shot fired! Shot fired! Shot fired! Fortune with the rifle! What the?
So you're saying that officer is criminal in his actions?
I'd say, like, for instance, right when before he fired, he took his radio to his hand, so he's firing at that close range with like people moving around, and he doesn't even have a support hand on the firearm.
Okay.
So like,
this is criminal.
I'm sure he didn't mean to shoot the guy, the other guy, but he's not firing like he wants the bullets to go exactly where he wants them to go, like that.
What? That makes absolutely no damn sense.
Let me ask you though: is that criminal? That's what I'm asking you. Is it criminal, or is it maybe something you could solve in a civil lawsuit? Or are we going to go back and forth about how you would have done it? I don't understand. Is it criminal?
I'm just gonna say yes for this one. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's a coin toss for you, but I'll take it. Corey Brooks, your assessment, sir.
Whatever Tactical just said makes absolutely no goddamn sense. No, Bill. The fact of the matter that you have 2 guys tussling with another, you don't know who's what. I don't think he intended to shoot him. Right? He's in official capacity of his job where they're trying to figure out what the situation is. Yes, the firearm is pointed at them because he's saying the other guy has a gun. You don't know if that guy's going to pull that gun out and shoot at the police, which he picked up the gun and tried to run away with. So, yes, I'm sorry that the other person got shot, but there's in the middle of a tussle where someone has a gun. So, yeah, I don't agree with that, but no bill.
So we got a no bill out of Corey. Let's go to Fidji.
Well, okay. Obviously, I've never been a police officer, but it seems to me they're running up on the scene. They don't know what it is yet. They're yelling. They're making everything much more chaotic. And I'm not saying they have to be like kumbaya, but they're they're increasing their own anxiety, and I think that's why the cop on the left kind of shot. I think he needs more training. I'd go ahead and get both of them more training, but I don't think it was any intent. It was a bit negligent, um, but I don't think there was intent. I think training would have been sufficient. The department's going to pay for what damage was done to that
Let's
guy
look
for
at
his
the.
hospital bill.
And this is just out of luck. I was able to actually get it frozen here, but this is just microseconds before the gentleman receives the firearm to his the gunshot to his left arm. You see the suspect on the ground. You can see the AK-47 that's rolling to his. If he would roll to his right, or he's rolling to his right to get the AK-47. You can see it lying on the ground, and Mr. Number Five's arm is flailing in the wind. But yet, you guys think that this officer should go to a jury trial for his negligence of not being able to
No,
time
I
his
didn't
shot
say
between his
that.
swinging arm,
I
or that
didn't
he
say
needs more
that.
training, right?
I just think he needs more training. I didn't think he needs to go
Where
to
would you send
grand
him to training? The
jury.
carnival where
That
they've
would
got
be
those little
a
wheels that are spinning that you have to shoot through between the blades?
What's that?
You would send him to the carnival, so you have to shoot like on where the ducks are and all the moving targets and the wheels that spin through. You got to make the shot go through the holes when they line up.
Y'all don't get training? Is that what you're telling me? You're just like Joe the cowboy running around with a gun? You didn't get any training?
Well, no, I was just curious. What training would you advise for this officer? I'm not saying these. I don't have some criticism on their training as well. I'm just curious. What training would you be on for this?
I don't know what programs are offered, but I would say being able to handle situations better, being more like safety training as well.
They had the safety.
I'd
First
probably
day
go
these
in that
guys had
direction.
down, man. Every one of these guys
What's
should have
that?
been nurses. They had the first aid down. These guys should probably go be nurses, in my opinion. They're good at that.
Well, I don't know. They wouldn't have qualified for social worker, and that's really what was missing here.
Well,
Kidding.
not
But
everybody
no,
can be
Bill.
cool. Not everybody
Huh?
can be cool and be a social worker.
Yeah.
Big
But no, Bill.
no, Bill. Big Ron.
Yep, this is definitely a no bill for me. I see everybody's points, but chaotic situation. But yeah, it's a no bill. You don't understand what the person's going to do. I do agree that one of the officers should have probably gone down and taken control while the two civilians were on board. That way, there was always positive control of the situation. But again, we can Friday night quarterback all we want. I'm going to definitely say no bill.
Yeah, I think a part on that I got to give the officers is that you really don't know what's going on. You don't know if the aggressors are the good guys or the good guys is the or vice versa. So I kind of see that, but it's no bill for you, right? And Bruce, forgive me. Have I gone to you, my friend, on this one?
You haven't. I'm going to be a no bill, but I think Jason's pretty good on the last video that I think you're just picking a lot of videos where they don't know how to police.
Look, I don't pick them for their content. I pick them for their other things. That there's no commentary. It's fresh and it's new, and we're here to check it out. But so no bill for you. I think Dr. Ahern had to retire for the evening, but I'm glad he was with us for as long as he was. Jason, what do you think?
I almost want to say no comment. What we're watching right now, are you kidding me? Okay, anyway, I would give these two guys beating the shit out of that AR guy a uniform and put the other guys. Yeah, I think this is what these three videos. What I'm seeing here right now is back when I applied, there was over 300 applicants for one spot. Right now, we're getting literally 10 applicants for one spot, and 9 of the 10 look just the way they're dancing around here. I just you can't train that. You can't change that. I'm not trying to be negative. I get that they're walking up on an unknown, but that's what cops do. They walk up on unknowns, and their cops are so afraid to engage that people get hurt for it. And it's a no bill, but it's also you two guys are in the wrong profession. Sorry to be mean. I just.
Well, actually, one of the problems is what you just said there. I'm sorry. You're not. You don't have to be sorry. This is substandard. These officers should be fired for cowardness. They're literally dancing around, and when officers get on the radio and they keep saying shots fired and keep giving their address over and over and over again, they're screaming for help. They're in panic mode. These officers were in panic mode. If one of those guys had any stones about them, this might have turned out differently, and the guy probably would have never gotten off the ground. He would have died where he lied next to that rifle. But I think, and I'm not one of these. I scream out DEI. I know a lot of us Xers interact with you guys on X throughout the day. So I see a lot of the posts about the DEI things when, the helicopter crash and all that business. Give me just a second. Boy, I've got a catch in my throat. I'm about to choke to death. But I don't think that it's who they select to hire and who they don't hire. I think their focus is different. I want my military. They need to train to fight wars. They need to train to deter other countries from even thinking about messing with us. And we should be the baddest cats on the block. That's their only mission. There should be no other classes about any other issues. That's only classes they should have, or warfighting missions. Police officers should be police officers. Quit it with the kinder, gentler, and the social worker. And we want you to have the triple threat fire, ambulance, and law enforcement, because we just want you to be kinder. That's all it takes. Sometimes you need to be able to use force and violence of action, and I think that's one of the victims of the DEI, or the focus on other than mission training. And these guys are cowards.
No, I 100% agree. You said it better than me. I the last 3 videos I watched, I just was like, what the hell happened to law enforcement?
Look, they're going to get better. And by the way, I didn't handpick these. They came the way they came. So let's go to Salt Lake. Let's go to Salt Lake City and see how a civilian contact goes.
Or last week.
What are you doing? Hey, sir. What are you doing?
Just testing it out. We're just really got the vehicle. Really bought it.
Have a seat in your car.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate it.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Have a seat, though.
I didn't know you
Is this your car?
Yeah, it's mine. I got it right here. Just really bought it.
Hey, so I'm stopping you. I'm Officer Payton, Salt Lake City Police.
Yeah, I know.
I'm stopping you because you didn't signal when you turned in right here.
The front headlight, I found out is the bulb had fallen out just a minute ago, and I was at Maverick. I found that out from the other officer, and that's why I was heading back to the house.
Did you get a ticket or something?
No, he let me go. He just told me to go get it fixed.
Okay. What are you showing me right there? What is this?
My contract and everything showing I just barely bought the vehicle from.
So you just bought it?
Yeah, just literally just barely bought it. Yeah.
When? Show me a date on there.
Let's see here. Purchase agreement on the 1st of the month. We just barely got her up and running and trying to get her fixed up. Still waiting on my title.
I don't see where you're looking first.
Right there.
This is nothing.
That's my paperwork they gave me from National Health. They're getting my title done.
They didn't give you a temporary?
No, they didn't, and that's what pissed me off.
Okay, well, dealers are required to give a
No,
temporary.
they gave me a little one that was on the back, but then
Yeah,
somebody
let me get
ripped
that.
it off there.
Okay, I'll hold on to this.
Yeah,
Let
when
me
my
hold on to
license
this.
plate goes back there with a little National Health license, there was one taped on there, but then somebody fucking ripped it off.
Okay, let me get your license real quick too.
No problem. Sorry, it's my favorite
Oh
copy.
man, where's your that looks old. Where's your
Waiting on the hard
original
copy out in Tooele.
How long have you had this?
That one I've had for about.
Is your license valid?
Yeah, it's valid.
So why do you have this and not the
Because I
plastic
haven't got
copy?
my hard copy. It's out there with my mom in Tooele.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you said the bulb up there doesn't work. The right.
The bulb's gone. The whole bulb's gone. Yeah, but I got new.
So you got your hazards on. This one should be working. That one should not be, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That one should be both working.
Let me check those too.
Thank you. I just didn't want to be
Okay. So I'm running the VIN. It's going to have a temporary tag associated with it, right?
Yes, it should.
Okay. All right. Just do me a favor. Just hang tight for a second, okay? Thank you.
It's nice that officer's giving courtesy warrant checks out that night. Didn't charge him a thing.
How'd you get out?
I have no idea.
It's whiter.
Bro, what are you doing? Get back. What are you doing, dude? Huh? Get up here in front of the car right now.
This is a citizen's audit.
Do what I said.
Want to die tonight?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you doing? This is not illegal.
Motor 925
Not
fighting.
pulled over.
You better get away from me right now.
What? I sniffed you. You're the
785 South, 785 West 400 South. Give me it back. You better get on the ground.
And the car handle.
Get on the fucking ground.
Who are you?
You better get on the fucking ground, dude.
That's my possession. Beat it.
Bro, I'm not.
That's right. What did I do? I sniffed you. What's your name?
Yeah.
What's your name? This
What is he, Joe Biden? Is he
I got
sniffing
it.
people?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was thinking I smell cat piss,
Drop
toy
it
boy,
now!
and
Drop it!
wax job.
Where's the other officer
Fucking
at?
drop it! You better drop
That's
it.
a ride along, dude. That wasn't an officer.
Get on the fucking ground!
Where'd this
Get
guy
on the
come from? Was
ground!
he in the cab or just off the street?
Let's watch the video.
Get on the ground!
Where's your equipment? Get on the 30, tell me to get on the ground. Can I get a truck, bro?
Get in there! Stop! Stop! Stop!
Shoot me. Look, grounded. Look
Did
what
he
you're gonna
rack
do.
the slide on his gun?
Did I pull anything on you?
Motor 925, he's got a knife.
It's not a knife, you liar. You don't know what it is. Identify it. How big? How many inches? How many rapes have you done?
I'm not engaged in commerce.
Shit.
You better stop, dude.
I know you don't have ammunition on you.
Yeah. You better stop, dude.
What? Get out.
Yeah, you better stop. Motor 925, shots fired.
He obviously had
Stay
ammunition
the
on him.
fuck down.
How many got left?
Stay down.
Thank you.
It's gonna suck. He just got himself crippled. Might need to die.
Follow me. Let's go. How many rapes you done?
Bro, roll over. Well, I'm on the north side. Shots fired. I can't see in his hands.
I hope that's not like his side piece ride along, Jason. That's gonna be hard.
Yeah, get in your truck. Stay in your truck.
You done?
He's got something in his hand. I think it's a knife.
Okay.
He came after me. I don't know if I've been cut.
Okay.
I shot.
Do not move. Do you hear
He's
me?
he's okay. He's okay.
Okay.
You have to stay, okay? You have to stay.
I got you back, no matter what.
I don't know where I hit him. I'm pretty sure it's a torso shot.
You're good. You're not cut. You're not hurt.
I'm assuming he's about to be DRT.
No, I don't think so. We'll have him in a wheelchair in jail.
I apologize.
You're fine.
I just
You're
didn't want
fine.
him hurting you.
I know.
Are you all right?
Thank you. I don't know. Thank you, though.
Don't go anywhere. I got a citation for you.
No, I wouldn't have gave no citation after that.
We'll get no citation. He's gonna make it tonight.
I don't know if he cut me. He has something in his hand. He had no.
Okay, so the guy, everybody gets that, right? The guy who was ultimately shot, he wasn't involved in the traffic stop. He walked up on it and was doing a citizen's audit He got modified. But let's go with tactical. What do you think about this one? Anything you want to see?
Yeah, can you go back just like to the moment of the shot? And you said so. This is the guy who's doing a citizen's audit. He's not even involved with the stop.
No, he walks up on the stop while the officer's in the car, and he gets out to confront him. But he just walks up onto the stop.
But he's jumping in somebody's car.
Yeah, he's auditing the truck too.
Yeah,
but he's not engaged in commerce. So keep this in mind. He's got a knife, and he's talking to I'm sure the suspect thinks that's an officer sitting in the car, but it's not. It could be in some places. Kids under I forget what it's called now. I think explorers. It's almost like the Boy Scouts, but
it's actually cops and bobbers.
I don't know how to answer that.
In late night patrols, that just doesn't make it any better. Doesn't make it any better. But what I'm saying is that could be someone who is not. I see in the comments, Range asked, could the ride along get out and assist? Could, but what the ride along, what happened there is exactly what should have happened. The ride along stayed in place, and he protected use force when he needed to, in my opinion. But what's your opinion on it, Jake?
I'd say no bill then. Because I'm definitely in like the auditing spaces and definitely pro audit, but you can't throw stuff at police. You can't do all that. You can't have a knife threatening somebody else. Like that looks more like suicide by
Well,
cops.
at some point he hexed him and sniffed him. So I don't know what a hex is.
A hex is a curse.
Yeah.
So when they put a hex on it, that's what a hex is.
Maybe deadly force is warranted. It depends on what kind of hex or curse you're putting on me. I don't want one of those. So it's no bill from Tactical. Bruce Wayne, your vote, sir.
Yeah, it's definitely no bill. That guy was acting crazy. Then he went with supposedly a weapon to the ride-along side. Cop didn't know what he was going to do. So well within his rights. And yeah, no bill.
Very well. Fidgy?
I kind of have a problem with the officer because the guy approached him so closely, and the officer was holding a gun at that time, wasn't he?
I'm not sure exactly when you're talking about it.
When the guy, like when he's doing the hexing, there's a part where he comes like right up to the officer.
Initial contact, right?
Yeah, but the officer had a gun out right then.
I believe we're here. They're going to be pretty close together here. He's going to throw that notebook or whatever it is at him. I think he slaps his hand away. The notebook comes out. Okay. There's still no firearm. I can't tell that there's a firearm. No, empty-handed, no firearm yet. He's going to karate chop him.
To me, I'm kind of split on that.
Aspeton comes out.
This is the time I would have shot him. I mean, not like right there, but when he approached closer. Because did he have a knife there?
No.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't present a weapon, or we don't hear anything about a weapon until he gets into the back of the truck.
Okay. But then he's kind of taking off, and the person in the police car, I mean, the door's shut, it's locked, the window's up. I think he could have, I don't know. It seemed kind of a strange time for him to be shooting when there was a more justified opportunity earlier.
So you're going to indict because he didn't take advantage of the earlier opportunity? So you don't think a credible threat to serious bodily injury or harm to himself or a third person? You don't think you can make that case?
I think when he was running, like, okay, can you show that part again? Because was he running towards the car, or was he just starting to run down the street?
You're talking about at the point of impact of rounds?
Yeah.
Right here. He's got his arm. He's pointing at the car saying, "You get out." Is what he's saying.
Okay, then no bill.
So no bill with Fidgy, Big Ron.
This guy's straight up cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. it's definitely going to be a no bill for me. The only thing I've got, it seems to me like he racked his slide there towards the beginning. Is that, I don't know if he was putting the gun in. It seemed to me like the gun wasn't in condition one, that he was racking the slide, which doesn't make sense to me because I always thought that.
Let's listen to this right here.
Stop! Shoot me. Look, grounded. What's that thing you're gonna do? Did I pull anything on you?
Motor 95, he's got a knife.
It's not a knife, you liar. You don't know what it is. Identify it.
Actually, I believe it's just before this. I thought he racked his slide as well.
Get in there. Stop! Stop!
Did you hear that? He had a jam, it went click, and then he recycled the slide. So he tried to fire on him when he was running into the truck.
Well, there you go, Fidgy. He didn't neglect to kill him at the first opportunity. The weapon failed.
Wait.
Change your vote.
Is that a Glock
Did
in
he
his hand?
fire at somebody who was running away and then it malfunctioned?
Running away to a third-party, uninterested person's truck. Is he running away, or is he running to someone else?
Into the truck, yeah. But I mean,
it's definitely a Glock range.
Yeah, it looks like a Glock.
So,
I don't know if when he tried to shoot though, there was a driver. The driver was still in the car.
That doesn't mean anyone's still safe. He could be trying to open up that car door to try and stab him.
What if he jumped? Okay, what if
But
he jumped
to the back of the truck? There was
That doesn't mean shit.
What if he
could have went back to that car? He could have went to the car.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Let me know.
When he took that shot, right before he racked it, he was going. You couldn't tell that he's going to the back of the truck. All he can see is that he's going to a truck. That's bullshit. So the thing is, you don't know what his intentions are, and you got your ride along that's in the car. So yes, he's still a danger to the public. I'm not going to sit there and try to figure out if he's going to stab someone or if he's going to get in the back of the truck. Is he getting in the front of the car? Is there someone that's in trouble? Yes. He could, if anything, he could have shot him while he was in the back of the truck. I'm not saying that would have been the ideal thing, because now that you see he's not a danger, but the fact of the matter is, if he really wanted to just go ahead and be negligent in that, then he would have shot him in the back of the truck.
All right, here's the guy starts running towards the truck. You've got let's start here. The actor is going to turn and run towards the truck. Look at the truck, though. Don't look at the actor. You've got the guy who got pulled over standing outside of his truck. He's running towards it, and then he jumps to the back of the truck. How do you know? You could just well could have believed that he's running towards the side of the truck and running towards this person. I think he's well within his authority to use deadly force at that point.
I agree. I didn't see the guy standing by the truck.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Now, when you say actor, is that what they call auditors? It's an auditors.
Actor is someone who commits an act. So that's the meaning I use.
Okay. I thought. Well, for some reason.
All right, look, we're hanging up on a video that we should not be hanging up on, in my opinion. So let's try to move it on. I think that we are to Lawyer Joe. Welcome, Lawyer Joe. Glad you made it to the show tonight.
Thanks. Sorry I was late. Family issues. No, Bill. I'm with Fidgy though. I had to probably shot him earlier when he comes running at me and starts whatever that kind of. I have no idea of what kind of martial art combat, whatever that was. But I mean, he looked like he was nuts, like he was going to charge the cop. I thought he was. So yeah, no, Bill. I think the cop was totally justified in what he did.
Very good. I know, Dr. Ahern, you were in and out. Do you see enough of this to make a comment, or would you like to?
No, I would agree. No, Bill. At that point, especially when he's pointing, a shot has already been fired. Seemed like he had a gun, and whatever he was pointing at the vehicle at that point, you're gonna have to drop him.
I prefer the future when you agree with me, you just say I agree with Joe and leave it at that. But thank you. Well, hang on. I don't want to confuse with Lawyer Joe. You agree with Cop Joe and leave it at that.
Agree with Cop Joe.
Damn it.
Jason.
Observation on the, I would have never let that guy back in. When the first traffic stop, he's outside of the car. Don't let him back into the unknown. That was my first red flag. When the other guy walks up, the minute that he pointed at the ride along, now you have the priorities of life kind of coming here, that this guy's being violent. He's walking up to an innocent party. This is a no bill all day long.
What about the misfire shot? You still agree with that? If that gun had gone off, it more than likely would have killed the guy, or at least hit him.
I didn't see that part.
It's playing right now. Watch as he turns towards the truck.
So he has a gun, or the cop does? Oh, he re-racked.
You see it because he had a misfire.
All right.
So he goes to kill the guy right here.
Did he have a knife there prior to it?
I think he does have a knife there, or they're talking about a knife very shortly afterwards. You hear it verbalized. I can't tell, but when you look at it from this angle, from the officer, as he turns, look at the truck. The suspect, or the person that originally stopped, he's running.
Yeah,
he runs
there's
back
a third
towards
party.
there.
Yep,
So
no, that's a no bill. If he has a weapon and there's a third party there, that's a no bill.
I think it's no bill too. I hate to say it, might be the best law enforcement work we've seen all night, but we're still not done. We're still not done. Let's go to Florida. Meanwhile, in Florida,
There better be gators involved.
How
you doing?
Good, ma'am.
Good. You have any ID on you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have any ID? Just tell me your name.
Matthew Fowler, ma'am.
Give me your hands in your pocket. What's your name?
Matthew Fowler, ma'am.
Fallon.
Fowler.
Fowler.
M-A-T-T-H-E-W. It's right
Fowler.
here, ma'am.
It's all right. I don't need you. Yeah, you're good. I don't need
This
you to
has got
grab for
extra.
anything.
Shield me there, man. What's going on? How are you? Good. Good.
Just put your hands on your head for me.
I gotta put my
Put your hands on your head.
Hold on. All right, man. Let me get on my head.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
Let me go. Let me go. You better let me go. Let go.
No, send more units. Send more. Shots fired. Shots fired.
send more units. Send us help. Help, help, help. The kid wasn't struck and was apprehended later, so no real injuries in there. Shockingly enough, no one was shot in this gunfight. I'm going to go to Bruce Wayne.
That's a no bill for me. He drew a weapon. Yeah, no bill.
Big Ron.
Yep, definitely no bill. I'm good.
Mr. Corey Brooks, Illinois.
No, senor, no bill.
Tactical engineer.
No bill. I agree with Ron.
Lawyer Joe.
I just have a quick question. What was the pretext for the stop? Like, what was the reasonable suspicion?
He on probation.
Okay.
Well, they saw him entering car doors and trying to enter apartments.
Oh, did it say that at the end? Because I took a drink and missed. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
it said
Yeah,
that.
if if he's on probation, they could stop him anyway. But if not, and they had reasonable suspicion, no bill.
Range believes the probable cause was his hat. His
Yeah,
head.
what is that?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, what is that?
I thought it was
That's a Florida special. That's what it is. That's called a Florida special.
I ain't
So
never
yeah,
seen one of those in Florida. Never
We're
seen
in
one.
Tampa, so you know exactly when this was. It's the one time it was cold there.
That is true.
It looks
Ron
like he
was wearing
grabbed a
one.
bunch of Spanish moss. and wrapped it around his head, which is like full
I
of
was
chiggers.
I was not wearing one of those.
Okay, so Lawyer Joe, you're a no bill on this. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, because well,
Okay.
we know that if he's on probation or parole, they don't have to have reasonable suspicion. They can just go up on him and ask him what he's doing. And yeah, I assume everybody understands what happens when you're on probation or parole. But right here, oh, at the end, yeah. Okay, so they saw him trying to get in. Of course, he had a Glock. They saw him trying to break into cars, so there's a reason of suspicion. And then he pulled a gun on him. No bill.
And
Thank
get
you
a
very much.
extendo.
Dr. Ahern, what do you think about this one?
It's a no bill for me, and I apologize. I'm going to have to go again. I'm getting pulled away, but to the point I think Carl had mentioned, how is this guy not profiling a Glock with a 30-round mag? I mean, even wearing even wearing sweats. How where was it? That's a trick right there itself. How you're not showing a 30-round mag, but hey, kudos to him for that.
Man, there's some talent out there, especially with clothing wear that will surprise you. The whole saggy thing for sure is difficult to search folks for. And I want to extend our gratitude. We do appreciate you when you take the time to sit in here with us, us amateurs, and watch these videos on Friday. We do appreciate it.
Hey, watch who you're calling an amateur.
I am calling you one. I am. Jason, what do you think about this one? I'm really surprised at our comments on this one, to be quite frank.
It's a no bill, but face plant that guy. You got both arms, put your legs in front of him and drop that guy. And how in the hell wasn't he hit? Anyway, like, I'm ripping on cops tonight, and I shouldn't be. But anyway,
I mean, it's another example tonight of failed to engage, failed to be the police. They're trying to be everything but the damn police right there. And I disagree with it. I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous for context, and I think it's dangerous for officers. She's literally got her hands in her pockets, standing next to this guy.
yep, right here.
Yeah.
One grabs one arm, and watch their feet. Put your goddamn foot in front of him and face plant him.
Mm-hmm. No,
right
he's
there,
walking.
on the
He's
ground.
walking
It's
around. He's
done.
got control. Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is policing come to?
Even a wrist lock. There's a lot of things you can do at this point, but wussy policing is this is another example of. But look, we're gonna find one that's gonna be better. Okay,
Hold on,
let's go
Joe.
to.
Real
Go
quick
ahead.
before you start. If cops would be cops, a lot of the stuff that happens after, there's no shots fired if they just take control of this and get it done with. He might have a bump on his head, but there's no shots fired. And it's an apartment complex firing into, they didn't hit anything. I just, cops need to just go back to policing. You're not playing along,
Well,
okay?
they have to be nicer now, there, Jason. You have to be nicer now. You have to be more gentler. You have to
Corey,
you have to take in consideration their feelings.
I bet you money they've sat in a transgendered class that was required by their department when they could have been in a tactics class or at the range. That's kind of my whole point about when we talk about let's make our police this, make our military that. All their time, they don't get enough training. That's what we were saying. Well, they need more training. How many times do we hear that through these videos? I'll tell you right now, you never get enough training. If you had the more opportunity to train, then that's what you should be doing, and
you
not
should
just
see
sitting
the
in
you should see the
DEI classes.
training. You should see the training that we have to do now required by the post board up here. You'd
No, I
throw
can
up in your
imagine.
mouth.
You got to ask them their backstory, their upbringing, figure out if they had a tough childhood before you can
No,
arrest them.
the
Right?
whole point is, what do you think these police officers are? They can do anything you want them to do. Just send them to a class. They need to learn how to be police officers, and then we won't have as many situations like this. Is my opinion. Well, let's go to let's go to Illinois.
Outstanding.
Is this going to piss me off again, Joe?
Hey, come here. Come here. Come here now. 215. I got one running. 12, 24. Stop! I'll shoot you, damn! park. I'll shoot you. I'll put it in park. Put it in park. I'll shoot you. Put it in park. Put it in park. Shoot you. I will shoot you. Stop. 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 Oh. 215 shots fired. Hey, come here. Come. Come here now.
I'm glad they included this footage. It definitely helped.
Well, I want you to have everything to be able to make a decision. It's important. There's a long backstory on this one. Anyone have any questions, or are we reading?
I'm reading.
Y'all need to read faster.
Bite me, Bruce. Get in the back seat.
I'm way in the front seat. You're at the back of the bus right now with your reading skills.
Well, if someone would be quiet, I could read.
Got hit in the glute and the lower torso.
Want some cliff notes?
Okay. Any part of the video that we want to see again before we begin discussion?
Not for me. That's a no bill.
Then I'm going to go with you. So it's a no bill for you. All right, Corey Brooks, what do you think?
No bill. In actuality, yes, I've seen this video already because somebody posted it on Facebook, and they were already calling for the riots and not the riots, but they were calling for the protest and bullshit. No, sorry. And give it even better now that I know the backstory, because whoever posted this online didn't give the backstory. They don't know, and all they see is what they call abuse. No, no bill.
Okay. Tactical, what do you think, sir?
Yeah, it seems like they had RAS to be where they were and to apprehend. Did he draw a gun? I didn't see that part. I know it's going on right now. It's so hard to see what happened.
Yeah, put in the drive forwards and back.
Forward and back, and then I guess the car is a deadly weapon at that point. Yeah, so I'd say no bill.
Okay, no bill 2 times. Fidgy.
You got me. I was a no bill.
Oh, my apologies. Big Ron, go ahead, sir.
All right.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those cases of play stupid games and win stupid prizes. It's a no bill for me.
Very good, Lawyer Joe.
No, Bill. There were babies in that car, and he's trying to use it as a weapon. Nah. Cops should have shot him in the head, to be honest. But I mean, he could have killed those babies in that car and didn't give a shit about them. Absolutely no, Bill.
Okay. Jason?
I'm smiling. I would work with that cop. Thank you for this video. No bill.
I like him too.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot other than I will throw some shade. Don't get in a moving vehicle. It's not going to turn out typically well for you as a police officer when you're hanging on the outside, or you could be kicked off and eat you some pavement at even 30 miles an hour. It'll be a day you remember, in my opinion. But other than that, yeah, I got no issues with this. So let's go to Houston.
Get on your knees, mama. Get on your knees.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
No, it's cool. It's some trouble that way, sir.
Get on the ground.
There's some trouble that way, sir.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground. Sir, I'm cool.
Get on the fucking ground, man.
I'm cool, sir.
Get on the ground.
I'm cool, sir. Get up the fucking ground.
He's running down Bridgeshire. We got actors on the ground. He's running towards Homestead. Green long sleeve, green pants, gray hoodie. He's still running.
That cop is fast.
They probably caught him by now if he didn't have 40 pounds of beer on.
Going south on Homestead from Bridgeshire.
Hard to catch up.
All right, he's going north on Homestead.
At least we know that cop's in shape. We've seen a lot of them who are not.
Yeah, that tank's about empty. He's not as fast as he was.
Quit your shit, bro. Come on. Oh my God. Hey, stop! Oh, shit. What's out? Move. Move, Verdugo. Quit your shit. Oh my God. Quit your shit. You go. Oh, shit. Careful, don't move.
Don't move, my man. Don't move.
Careful. You have control of your gun? Do you have control of your gun?
He's down.
Do you have control of your gun? Man, how you doing? Careful, does he have your gun still? Okay.
Be like bullshit. Get that motherfucker off me.
Careful. If his hand is on your trigger, be careful.
I'm assuming that's gray matter all over your shoulder.
Stop blocking the streets. Hey, get down!
Careful. If his hand is on his gun, be careful. Yes.
He's down.
Are you okay, brother? Hey, my man, you good? Start taking your stuff off. Make sure you're not hit. Wait, what the fuck? Make sure you're not hit, okay?
So, initial contact was burglary of motor vehicle call, a suspect armed with a sharp object, and that's what was their cause to make contact with him. So let's start with you, Tactical.
I'd say no, Bill. You reach for a gun, you know, even if it's not yours, that's not going to be good.
Yeah. It could turn out in a negative way. Bruce Wayne, your vote, sir.
100% no bill. I especially did like how careful they were removing him from the officer. Like, didn't just yank him off. I thought that was just great police work all around.
Man, I think that'd
Ooh,
be.
ooh.
I've been shimmying up. I'd have got myself off that out of that situation. But either way, so
You
no
probably get
bill for
yourself.
you.
Yeah, I
Big
especially like that tackle. He turned around the car and there was that guy was right there to tackle him. That was some NFL stuff.
Houston PD folks. Big Ron.
The epitome of play stupid games and win stupid prizes. He won the grand prize on that one. At that poor cop at the end there, I agree with him. He definitely needed a shower.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a day he's going to forget. Fidgy.
Can you rewind it right there? Just a little bit? Just to the beginning of that tackle? Okay, go ahead and let it play. Yeah.
That's a good freeze right there. Everybody must agree.
Yeah, I just wanted to see the tackle again. That's a no bill. That was a good tackle, though. You're right, Bruce.
Yeah, that's some Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it looks like the actor goes immediately. I think this is a left-handed officer, and I think he goes immediately. You can see his elbow up, but I think he goes immediately for the firearm, as if it wasn't like an afterthought. It was a goal. I think we're
Yeah.
to lawyer Joe Corey Brooks. Sorry, my friend, I didn't mean to skip over you. What is your vote on this?
No bill. No. You know what he was reaching for, but he got what he got.
Yeah, he got a few of them. Lawyer Joe.
The cop who tackled him and did that rollover, he's been a wrestler at some point in his life. Because I've only ever seen like Greco-Roman wrestlers do that kind of flip and maintain control. That was pretty impressive. No bill. The guy at the beginning he's like, I'm cool. Well, you weren't, but now you are. I mean, you grab the officer's gun. What do you think's gonna happen? So yeah, no bill.
Okay. Jason.
Every single one of these cops deserves a Medal of Merit. I would work with them any day of the week. This was the way cops should be cops. Aggressive, get the bad guy, protect the innocent. Love it.
Well, I'm going to agree with pretty much everyone on that. I think the officer did a good job. Very interesting. We see in movies when folks get shot, they get blown away because of the impact of the bullet. But I think I counted 3 shots this guy took, and he literally died where he stood, or right there. Big Ron, this is the quintessential example of DRT. He was dead
Also,
right there.
oh, and also, I'm maybe I'm looking at this a little bit wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's some type of weed smoking involved in this type of situation. How the hell, does he have that much wind? He did run for a while though.
Well, adrenaline will carry you far. Look, and he's in sock feet too. Aren't those socks?
It looks like it. Looks like those are socks.
Corey, where does your brain come up with this shit? I'd never even thought of that.
You got to think about it. All of a sudden you've been smoking weed, and you're like, "Fuck it." Maybe he was doing crack. You never know. And all of a sudden you're like, "Hey, I want to get into some shit. So let me go try and break into someone's house. Take away from the police, and I'm going to run the distance." I mean, you got a lot of energy.
He could have had a little bit of Sherm, maybe. It's hard to say, but
Yeah, could be that too.
I've never seen anybody who smokes pot be that energetic or fast.
Yeah, definitely that does signal that it could be something
Shikari
more into that.
Richardson.
All right, folks, we
She did the
are
Olympics.
we're at the bottom of or the top of the show and at the end of the show. So I want to thank everybody tonight for showing up and participating. I thought we had some pretty good discussions tonight. Some didn't go exactly like I thought they would, but we'll see next time. Those of you guys on X will be doing an after party and a after party space show in about 20-25 minutes. If you'd like a invite to that, shoot myself or one of my co-hosts a DM and we'll get it to you. We'd like to hear your points of view and we can just keep discussing videos or even take it somewhere else. But that's the show for tonight, folks. Thank you.
Hello.
No.
And did you ever get any money from Maya Lansky?
I never got money from any of those fellas.
None of those
None of those fellas. None of these that I've been reading about, and none that I knew. They never gave me anything.
None of the Shennies?
No. I don't even speak to it. I mean, I met that Charlie once or twice. I don't even talk to him.
You don't like it?
No.
Night Court with Joe Lanou live on X.
Also known as Duck Corella.
I refuse to answer on the grounds of made intent to
You
criminal.
got any business?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to criminal.
You have any profession?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of made
You
intent
have
to
any
criminal.
occupation?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of made intent
Are
to
you a
criminal.
known racketeer?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of made